OJ's jury pool is set at 304 people. It was much easier to get that pool together than anybody ever imagined. They had called 1,000 people, an extremely high number, to find 300 people who could sit on this jury pool so that they could finally select the 12 to 15 jurors that they usually need to run a case. And they've already gotten them within the first 4 days. They never expected that to happen.
You know why? That's the brilliance of the Chinese. I'll always say it.
Now, how
Judge
did you get that out of this?
Judge Ito handles business the way it's got to be handled right away. 304 juror. Easy. Chop, chop. Chop, chop. This no problem. So what? Case very well publicized.
Well, this is what I wanted to say. They've been making such a big deal about all of the media attention this case has garnered.
Yes.
And how it was tainting the jury pool. What? Don't do that.
Go ahead. Yes, he's doing his own show. Yeah.
You know, please. Well,
you said tainting, and he had to go taint.
Oh, taint!
You know what that is?
She said taint.
Once every 3 weeks, something comes out of my mouth.
Taint. She's back there doing a show. Robin goes, the jury pool is tainted. Taint.
I am trying to concentrate on what I'm doing.
Just ignore him. Do what I do. Ignore.
It was too. It really drew me off.
Taint.
Anyway.
Hey, Jackie, taint. That really breaks you up, man.
She said taint.
Hey, taint.
Sorry. I apologize.
And she said runt. You know what that rhymes with? Bit.
So anyway, they thought that the jury pool... I'm gonna say it again! Hold it! Taint!
Tainted! Tainting the jury pool! And he thinks... The reason, Jackie... First of all, no one even knows what he's laughing at.
Just go on.
Taint is the piece of skin between someone's buttocks and their genitals. It's that little piece of skin.
Woman. It's a very funny place.
It's a funny... That's the taint, because it taint the buttocks and it taint your genitals.
Get it?
And Jackie, taint. Tainting.
So much for my serious discussion.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, OJ was tainted. Just because you said tainting.
Sorry I carried this on so long.
I never thought about using the word causing that kind of an eruption.
And isn't it funny? And isn't it funny? Isn't it funny how, like you said it, I heard him yell, and I just said, I'm going to ignore it. I'm just going to let Robin keep going, and then you stopped. I know, you got caught up in it.
Only just a little snicker.
It made you nuts.
He's now grabbing his mouth.
See, I tried to ignore it.
Yeah, but he was doing a whole thing over there around taint.
Yeah, I know. You got to see the visual when Jackie hears taint. It's like, you know, and he's covering it. I can't contain my laughter.
You said contain.
And the guy's 50 years old.
Like he has to put his hands over his mouth to keep the laugh from coming out.
Don't you have to be out of here at 10?
Taint. Hey, Fred, taint.
He's got to muzzle himself in order to
roll
stop
back
it.
the tape.
And I like how he muzzles himself.
Snickered under my breath, Howard. For Christ's sake.
Hey, I heard it. The whole audience heard it, and your microphone was off.
So
taint. It's a funny word. What can I say?
It was one thing. A little snicker I could ignore. It was all the body language.
He was convulsing.
Go on with your entertainment.
All right, let's continue.
Yes. The jury pool was not affected by all the media publicity, okay, Jackie?
Why wasn't it? Why wasn't it affected? Was it tainted?
They were!
Taint! Little floppy skin. The smelliest part of a woman. Because it taint the buttocks and it taint the vagina.
You want me to sit in the hall for 10 minutes?
If you can't be serious during this newscast.
I'm sorry.
It was funny.
But you said that word.
All right, come on. Let's really get back to it because I have to go to Washington.
Yes. What I was saying was that they felt that the jury panel would be hard to gather simply because of all the media coverage, and they found just the opposite. So this media coverage has had no effect on the jury. They even went through the questionnaire, and there was nothing obviously ruling out any of these 304 people from those questionnaires, so they can go on to the next part of the jury picking.
Jury. I'm sorry. I'm like Jury.
They must have been coaching O.J. quite well there in his jail cell as to how to handle himself during the jury selection process.
Handle himself.
Handle himself in the jury.
He said handle himself.
That's masturbation. Handle himself. O.J. handled himself.
Comedy and everything.
He handled himself. Woo!
Woo! Oh, what a funny show today.
Because O.J. was trying to make contact with the jury.
All right, stop it.
He was trying to, one panel, one group of people came in earlier in the week. O.J. said hello to them, and they said hello back. There was a lot of interaction, I guess. They're looking at him. He's looking at them, trying to make eye contact. Anything.
He's making eye contact with the jury?
To make himself seem more human, more sympathetic. So they've obviously coached him very well as to how he's supposed to act during this whole process.
Because wasn't he clowning around in the courtroom?
Yes, but that was during a break. It wasn't in front of all these people, from what I understand.
I see.
He was clowning around at a time when they were just supposed to be sitting quietly in the courtroom. He started playing with his friend Robert Kardashian.
Yeah, I'd like to know what's going on there.
And one of the bailiffs stood up and reminded him that he was still part of a court proceeding, and this was supposed to be taken seriously, and they were supposed to be calm and sedate, and then they took him out of the courtroom. Yeah, and it must be great to be like a bailiff, and you yell at O.J. It must be so cool. Hey, honey, guess who I yelled at today? O.J. It's like you did. Shut up! Sit down! Yeah, shut up! Hey, O.J., I told O.J. to shut up. He thinks he's so cool, and he's so famous. Be stupid, you moron. Those guys love to get a hold of. That's the worst part of going to jail. Not the other prisoners, the guys in charge. Who are, yeah, they're like hall monitors in school. Yeah, who are completely pissed off at you. Yeah, a little bit of authority. Now the bailiff is going to teach O.J. the lesson. You know what? I'll bet you those guys are happy to come to work in the morning. They usually don't like their job. Oh, it's great. But now to push around O.J. Simpson, that's a good deal. Wonder what they were yakking it up about O.J. That's why I like what O.J. I believe O.J. did the murders, and I believe that it's great that the bailiff is ordering him around. I just don't think I'd be in a joking mood, sitting in jail most of the time, being accused of the murder of my wife. Hey, Robert, we burnt the evidence. What's the guy's name? Robert Kardashian? Robert, Hey, Robert, taint.